Hey guys, it's Jason Hillhouse with Hillhouse Fishing here, and today we're going to be going over all the different basscat models I've ridden in. I've had a basscat since I was about 16. I got my 93 P2 then, and my dad had a basscat Puma growing up, so I've been around basscat pretty much my entire life. I've ridden in a few other boats. I've ridden in Rangers, Skeeters, and a Stratus before. So right now we're going to be going over basscat Jaguar. We're going to start from the top and then work our way down. So I rode in the Jaguar last week in Missouri. I'm going to go over the stats, I'm going to go over like speeds and just fuel capacity and things like that. It's 22 foot long with a 94-inch beam. Its horsepower ranges from 250 to 500 horsepower. With that 250, it's about an upper 60s to 70. I've heard a few things on the forums about 70 mile an hour with it. But loaded, I'm thinking you're going to see upper 60s. With a 500, it can run into the triple digits. The fastest I rode in one with the 500 was 90 and some change. But it has two 30-gallon fuel tanks, one on each side of the back, up to 60 gallons. And weighs 2,275 pounds, that's whole weight. With a trailer for storage length, it's going to be 27 foot 9 inches. With the tongue swung, with the swing out tongue, it's going to be 25 foot even. It's motor trimmed down and everything for storage. It has so one of the pros of that boat, it has 3 rod lockers, one on each side of the boat, and then one next to the passenger. All can fit up to 8-foot rods. I think actually one of the front twos can fit up an 8.5-foot rod too. So really a big boat. The pros about this boat is it's basscat's biggest boat and it handles rough water like a dream. We were in 70 mile an hour. We were riding 70 mile an hour in that boat, and we got up and hit some wakes, and it was like hitting ripples. It was amazing. It was a really impressive boat. And with that 500, it did 70 really easily. It was very accomplishable. It was not even difficult at all. Light chop in that boat is like nothing. It's really impressive to ride in that boat. So next we're going to go to the Puma STS, which is their 20-foot 7-inch model. It's their second boat that they have. Step down from the Jaguar. They don't have a true 21-foot model, but this 20-foot 7-inch model is rides better than a lot of their other brands 21-foot models. So the Puma STS has a 96-inch beam, weighs 2,080 pounds, and can take horsepower. This is from Basscat's website. It says 200 to 300, but I think that's the old Puma. I think the new Puma only handles 250 to 300, so I think they need to update that. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but it has two 30-gallon tanks as well in the back. It's 26 foot 8 inches with engine trimmed down and trailer without the tongue swung. It's 23 foot 11 inches with the tongue swung, so a little bit shorter, about a foot and an inch shorter than the Jaguar with the tongue swung. With the 250, we got that boat up to 74 miles an hour on demo day, but that was I think it had a little more in it. So it's a mid to upper 70s boat. With a 300, I heard it's upper 70s into the 80s actually. It has the same layout as the older 20-foot Puma, but is a little bit bigger and wider, so a lot of people have been choosing that boat over the Cougar, which is the Puma's twin. The old Puma's twin. So next we're gonna go down to the Cougar, which I've never actually ridden in a Cougar. My dad had Pumas growing up, which are the same pole, just different top cap. So I know how that boat rides really well. I've driven that boat ever since I was a kid too. That boat is 20 foot 4 inches for the Cougar. Gonna be 94-inch beam and can run with 200 to 300 horsepower motors. It weighs 2,030 pounds. With the trailer, it is gonna be 26 foot 1 inch for storage. with the tongue swung on that trailer, it's going to be 23 foot 2 inches. With a 250, the boat will run upper 70s. There has been a few reports of low 80s, 80, 81, with no live wells full or anything like that. With a 300, the boat will run low 80s. That's what I gathered on the forums. This boat also has a Champion 203 hybrid, which is a 250 to, which has a Champion 203 hybrid, which is a lot of the things that the old Champion guys really like, because you know, you have the basscat quality with the Champion ride, and also the basscat fishability. It's not as tippy as the old Champions were. With a 250, I've been hearing that boat's a low to mid 70s boat. With a 300, I've been hearing it's a mid to high 70s boat. I mean, that's off the internet. I've actually never rode in the 203 hybrid hull, so I don't know from experience. Next, we're going to go to the Caracal STS. So that boat is 20 foot 2 inches with a 96 inch beam. It weighs 1,890 pounds. It takes horsepower ranges from 250 to 300 horsepower. And you can, the configuration for the tanks is two 26-gallon tanks. And with a 250, that boat runs in the upper 70s. We got that boat up to, I think, 72 or 73 on demo day, but it wasn't ideal conditions. With a 300, they're getting close to 90. With that, I rode on the one with the 300 too, and I think we got it into the 80s, I believe. I don't quite remember. That was the first boat I rode in whenever I got there. Another pro to this boat, with like the Puma STS and the Jaguar STS, it does have the new slam latches, which are really impressive. I've got to play with those a lot on demo day. I really liked them. I played with them before whenever the Jaguar first came out. I went to the dealership and went and looked at it. And then next, we're going to go to the Eyra. There's no storage length that they posted on their website. I'm going to assume it's pretty close to the Eyra since they are the same length. And the Eyra's is 25 foot 10 with the trailer, and with the tongue swung, it's 20. It also says 25 foot 10. I think that's a mess up on my part. Let's go to the basscat website. And it's gonna be 22 foot 11 with the tongue swung on the Eyra, and they're the same length, so I'm assuming it's gonna be the same for the Caracal STS. So next we're gonna go to the Eyra, which is also a 20 foot 2 inch boat, although it is a little bit narrow at 94 inches of beam width, and it can take horsepower ranges from 200 to 300. It weighs 1,890 pounds, and its fuel configuration is also two 26-gallon fuel tanks. The trailer length is going to be 25 foot 10 inches, and the tongue swung length is going to be 22 foot 11 inches. With the 250, it is a low 80s boat for most people. And with a 300, it is a upper 80s into the 90s boat for most people, from what I've heard. Next, we're going to go to the old Caracal that they're actually getting rid of this year. It is the 19 foot 8 Caracal. It is it's a little bit different than the new one. So it's 19 foot 8, a 96 inch beam. It takes horsepower ranges from 200 to 225. It can take 43 gallons of fuel, that's standard. But that's a 33 under the seat tank and then a 10-gallon kicker in the back. Or you can do two 26s in the back and under seat storage. Or, well, there's 4 options. And then you can also do the 33 and the 26 in the back, so you get get 59 gallons. I did hear of I saw a guy on YouTube that actually had the 33 under the fuel tank, under the seat fuel tank, and then two 26s in the back, so he had 85 gallons, which was pretty impressive. But with a 225, I hear it's a low to mid 70s boat. With a 200, I saw that it's a mid 60s boat. That's what the Bass Pro Tour ran, I think last year or the year before, whenever they had those cup boats. With engine trim down on the trailer for storage, it is 25 foot 9 inches, and with the tongue swung, it is 23 foot even. So we're gonna go to the last boat I've ridden in, which is gonna be the Pantera 2, which I have a 93 P2, but I've never ridden the brand new P2s. So all the experience I have is from my 93. So the Pantera 2 is a 19 foot 1 inch boat with a 93 inch beam. Takes 200 horses. And the new ones have a 33 gallon underneath the seat tank. Their weight is going to be 1,585 pounds. With that 33 gallon fuel tank, they also have an optional 10 gallon kicker in the back, so 43 gallons altogether. With the trailer storage length, it's going to be 24 foot 3 inches. With the tongue swung, it's going to be 21 foot 7 inches. This is a low 70s boat, and it's been around since the 80s. So pretty much remained unchanged other than the layout and small differences along the years, and it's also been one of their best-selling models over the years. Anyway, please like, comment, subscribe for more content on boats, trolling motors, fishing reels, fishing overall. I'm going to be beginning to upload weekly, so thank you. Bye-bye.